Guys, I'm back. This is my review of Married to Medicine, Season 9, Episode 1. And let me start off by saying that everybody in the promo shot looks absolutely gorgeous. Everybody looks good in their black and different types of dresses, and the makeup, the hair, the shoes, everybody. My favorite out of all the ladies is Heavenly, because her dress is dramatic with the, I love me a dramatic with the diamonds and the T-limp dress, just simple black dress with this dramatic shoulder. I think it's beautiful, but everybody looks beautiful. So we start off with Dr. Jackie and Dr. Simone riding together. And let me say that I'm so happy that they have reconciled and they worked through their problems, and they are on good terms again. I like to see Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie together as friends. You know, Dr. Simone said that she's been there for Dr. Jackie when she was going through her health issues and everything. You know, Dr. Jackie delivered Dr. Simone, I don't know if it was both of her sons, but I know one of them, Michael. And so I'm just glad that they are good, because they've had a long friendship and they've been through a lot. And I don't think that they should have, you know, given up on that friendship. They've been through a lot together, so I was happy about that. And if I ever move to Atlanta, Dr. Simone's gonna be my OBGYN. I just love Dr. Simone. When the way she just yells and everything, I just love Dr. Simone. Dr. Simone is funny, but then when she's in the doctor's office with her patients, she calms down, and she just calms down, and she talks to the patients so differently. It's like night and day. I love it. I love Dr. Simone. That's my girl. I like Dr. Simone. Anyway, so then we go to Heavenly's house. Beautiful house. And then Alora comes in the kitchen. Alora has grown to be a beautiful young lady. You know, she's grown up since season 1, obviously, but she's grown up to be a beautiful young lady. And Dr. Heavenly has a beauty supply store, and Alora works there, you know, when she has time, like on the weekends. And one thing about Dr. Heavenly is that she always finds different avenues to make money. You know, she's not in this box of being just a dentist. She does real estate. She has a beauty supply store. She does quite a few other things. And I do like that about Dr. Heavenly, is that she puts her mind to something, a business, and she goes after it, and she follows through with it. And so I think that's a good thing. I think she's a good role model for her daughter in that way. You know, just doing what you love, you know, trying new things, not being in just one avenue, one profession, one occupation. We have one life to live, and Heavenly, she tries new things. And she's very smart when it comes to businesses. So I like that about Dr. Heavenly. Alora was gifted a Range Rover for her birthday by Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon. I said, okay, Alora. She's taking driving lessons. She doesn't know how to drive it, but her parents gifted her a Range Rover. I think that was nice. You know, I don't think every child, I feel like if you have the money and you want to get your child a nice car, I don't see anything wrong with Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Damon getting a Range Rover. I think that was a nice gift. They could afford it. They bought it for her. I think it's nice. I really do. So then Quad comes over, and Quad is talking to Dr. Heavenly about the relationship between her and Dr. Contessa. And right now the relationship is strained because Dr. Heavenly says she doesn't know why, you know, Dr. Contessa is not speaking to her, and that she is hurt that she's not communicating with her friend, because her and Dr. Contessa, you know, they usually hang out all the time, every weekend or every other weekend, something like that, a lot. And Dr. Heavenly is stating that she doesn't know why her and Dr. Contessa are not on speaking terms. I don't know if Heavenly believes that, but I believe Dr. Heavenly knows why she's not speaking to Dr. Contessa. And according to Dr. Contessa, the reason why her and Dr. Heavenly are not speaking with each other is because Dr. Heavenly has a YouTube page, and she speaks about her friends in a way that is not appropriate. Dr. Contessa states that Heavenly was speaking on her and Dr. Scott's marital relationship, and that she felt that Dr. Contessa was in a verbally, emotionally abusive relationship. And so Dr. Contessa feels some type of way about that, because she's saying, if you're my friend, why are you going on your YouTube page and saying things that is hurtful to me in my relationship? Even if you feel that way, why would you go and tell other people about it? I think it'd be different if Dr. Heavenly would speak with Dr. Contessa, would have spoken with Dr. Contessa about her feelings about what she's going through, and not shared it with the world, if you call her your friend. Because if you're that concerned about your friend, I don't think you would want to air out her relationship and what you feel she's going through. Because Dr. Contessa, I don't think agreed that she was in that type of relationship. So Dr. Contessa is really hurt by it, and that's why she's not speaking to Dr. Heavenly. And I believe Dr. Heavenly knows why Dr. Contessa is not speaking to her. And whether she agrees with it or not, that's another story, but I believe she knows the reasoning behind it. Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott has worked on their relationship. They both went to therapy, and they're in a better place right now. You know, they work things out. They're doing much better. Dr. Contessa is now, I think she wants to be a bodybuilder. So she's working out to get to that point, to get her body right for, to do bodybuilding. So I think that's good, if she's into that. It's fun, maybe it's fun for her. So then we go to Quad's new home, 14,000 square feet home, which I think is beautiful. Okay, I think the house is absolutely beautiful. I know, like, a lot of people are saying, well, why would Quad buy that big house? Look, you could do whatever you want to do with your money. If you have the money, I don't care if she bought a 20 million square foot home. If she has the money to purchase it, that's her choice. And it's just her in there, that's her choice. Get what you want to get. I never understand why people tell other people that what they need and what they don't need, unless the person is dependent on you for the money or for finances. Then maybe you have a say so. If they are making their own money, she can get whatever size house that she wants to get, and the house is absolutely beautiful. And so her nephew lives there. I remember him from previous, earlier, maybe season 3, 4, 5. And then her mom lives there full time as well. And she's saying that her nephew, was acting out in school. And then she asked him, why is he, acting that way? And then he said, because he's missing his dad. And I was like, oh my gosh. I remember Quad brother being on the show, and he's passed away. That is at the age of 34 from a heart condition. And so the mom is not taking it well. The son is not taking it well. Obviously Quad, she's not taking it well. And it's just very unfortunate and very sad. And I just wish them the best, and then I hope that they get the therapy and everything that they need. But that's very, very, very sad. I didn't know her brother passed away. I don't know if I never heard about it. So I can see how the son is probably acting out because he's not dealing with it. But I hope that he gets the help that he needs. He looks like a good kid though. Yeah, I was shocked when Quad revealed that. And then we go to Anila's new home, her 14,000 square feet home. Her house is beautiful as well. She has a beautiful house. Beautiful house. Everything. I mean, some of maybe the furniture, like the bedroom furniture, I didn't really care for that, but it was free. She got it. She furnished the whole house from being a blogger. So more power to her. I loved her house. And then I don't know what you call it in India, but her house, the priest came and blessed her house. That's a tradition that they do before they move in. The family gets together and they, have the house blessed and everything. So her parents came over for that, and they did their prayer and everything for the house. And it was nice. It was really nice. But it's a beautiful house overall. Then we go to Toya house. Toya has moved. She sold her old house, her dream home. And then she moves into another home. That home is beautiful as well. I said, every house on this show, I said, come on, Married to Medicine. Every house is beautiful. Toya needs to be a real estate agent. Toya moves, seems like it, every season. Probably twice in a season. I think Toya, you would be a good real estate agent, because every house that she moves into is a really nice house. Really nice. She said she moved out of her old house, the dream house, because it wasn't conducive for kids and adults. No tennis court, wasn't big enough. The pool was nice, but she needed more room. That's her story, And now they're building another house from the ground up. And it'll be ready April 2023. And I'm excited. I want to see what the house is going to look like. I really believe Toya needs to be a real estate agent or some type of designer, home designer, because I think she designed the other home. And that was really nice. So Toya needs to look into that. I think that'll be good for her. She's really and I'm not trying to be funny or shady, Toya is really good at picking out nice homes. So then all the ladies are invited to Anila's housewarming. And, you know, they all dress in their in Indian attire. I think everybody looked beautiful. Everybody looked nice. And overall, it was a nice party. Anila's husband is funny. Dr. Saja, I think that's his name, Dr. Saja. And he wants you to address him by doctor, which I do agree with him. I think if there's a doctor, I think you should address them as Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Simone, Dr. Jackie. Unless they tell you not to address them in that way, you can just call them Jackie, Simone. But to have a doctorate degree, you know, and go through school and everything, I believe they earned the title doctor. It takes a lot to be in medicine and to be in the medical field. And they have years and years of studying and going through school. So I believe they earned that title. And I have much respect for doctors because I know I couldn't be one. I just couldn't. I don't have the stomach for it. The patience, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't. Not that I'm not smart enough. Things that's dealing with health and medical and hospitals, that's just not my cup of tea. So I have great respect for doctors, and I think you should address them as doctor. That's just my opinion. I think that's just a respect thing. So when I do my reviews, you're gonna always hear me refer to them as doctor and their name. If I don't slip up and just say the name. I'm not doing it intentionally, but I'm gonna refer to them as doctors because they earned it. It takes a lot to be a doctor. So they arrived there. Everybody was wearing their Indian attire, and Quad is trying to get Dr. Contessa to speak with Dr. Heavenly, and Dr. Contessa is not ready to do it. She's not ready to speak with Heavenly, Dr. Heavenly, which I understand. So, and I really believe Dr. Contessa is really hurt by what Dr. Heavenly has said about her marriage and everything. If that was your friend. So, Dr. Heavenly believes that it's stuff that's already said about her marriage, or whatever she says is already out there. But Dr. Heavenly, if that is your friend, doesn't matter what's out there that's, you know, that people is talking about. You as a friend should not speak about it. Or if you must, talk to Dr. Contessa and say, hey, I want to talk about this. Are you comfortable with me doing that? And if she agrees to it, then okay. But if she doesn't, then I don't think you should speak about it if that's your friend. It's not a random stranger or somebody who you do not know, which is totally different. But that's your friend. So I can see how Dr. Contessa can feel a way about it when you give your opinion. And the opinion was hurtful, probably to Dr. Contessa and Dr. Scott. So I see where Dr. Contessa is coming from. So, but she didn't want to talk about it that night. I think that was a good idea not to talk about it and then have an argument at Anila's housewarming. You know, that was a good thing not to do it there. Just wait until there's another setting, you know. Something where you're not having a good time and having fun. I think that was a good idea that Dr. Contessa didn't want to talk to Dr. Heavenly that day about it. Toya arrives in a golf cart. I think that is so funny to me and so cool to me. both, her and Dr. Eugene. They arrived 2 hours late. I don't know what the reason was, but they arrived 2 hours late to the party. Late. I think that is rude, in my opinion. I think that's very rude. Unless she told Anila that she was going to be there late, but 2 hours late to a party? I don't know. Maybe Dr. Eugene was working late or something. Maybe. But 2 hours late? No. I don't think that was nice. And then there's a new doctor, Dr. Martin. He's a dentist. He's Dr. Damon's friend. So they may be on him and his wife may be on the show as well. But overall, it was a good first episode. I smiled when I saw Married to Medicine, the trailer and everything. I do like Married to Medicine. I do wish Mariah was on the show. She is the executive producer of the show. I wish she was on the show, but I don't think she's coming back. It's just unfortunate, you know. According to her, it was her idea and everything. So I would love to see her back on the show, but I don't think she's going to come back at this point. So I'm looking forward to a good season for Married to Medicine. They always have good seasons. And what's so, you know why I believe that Married to Medicine is like really, really a good show and it's authentic? It's because they all know each other. And they've had friendships for years. Quad and Mariah were friends. Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie, friends for years. Dr. Eugene, Dr. Heavenly, and Dr. Damon. Dr. Damon was the one who helped Dr. Eugene, you know, find his way when he moved to Atlanta. So I believe this show is really, really well because they know each other. They're real friends in real life, and I think that's good. So I'm looking forward to the season, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.